Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. Let us go ahead and begin with the ring introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
And we have here a Dan-A-Plooza women's wrestling panel. As you can see, my guest right next to me from the days of Glow Wrestling, it is the Royal Hawaiian April Home.
Aloha.
And down below is our returning and lovely guest, Nicole.
Yay!
Make sure to go ahead and follow them on their social medias. We have April Home. You could follow her on Facebook. The Royal Hawaiian 25 on Instagram. Nicole's social medias are Ronnie_Nicole_Joshi Queen Instagram, and Nicole / Big Bang Nicole on Facebook. Also check out her event. That is the BAP 24, March 28th through the 30th at Meddlesome, Durham, North Carolina.
Oh. Cool.
And that is our plug segment. I will now go ahead and I will do the honor segment. I now honor my guest and I put them into an honor, kind of like wing of fame for what they have done. So this is the honor segment. If we had money, there would be graphics and all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of a use your imagination. So first, we would like to honor Nicole here at Dan-A-Plooza. We have talked to her many a times. She first came on here in October 2021. And then she was part of the women's wrestling panel last year. So she has been a supporter of Dan-A-Plooza. I know that it has done a lot for her, and my thing was to hope to get opportunities for her. So we've always appreciated how she has given a lot of respect and appreciation. So here at Dan-A-Plooza, we honor you, Nicole.
Yay.
Dan, unexpected.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take compliments, but thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we need to also honor April Home, the Royal Hawaiian. We are going to
interrupt you. Not to interrupt you, but correct is hom.
Hom.
Because home would have the E.
Yes.
So I always say, hi, I'm April Home. Hom without the E. I get it all the time. I get hom. I get all kinds. I get home. April, are you going home?
But so we will honor you right now. We are honoring you here at Dan-A-Plooza because growing up, I was always a fan of Glow Wrestling. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. And it was important for me to find someone as talented and amazing as yourself, so you can network and meet with Ronnie. And I was hoping that the two of you would meet and opportunities and connections would happen. That's why I went through this and created it. So I appreciate your enthusiasm. You have a very amazing spirit. So we honor you here at Dan-A-Plooza.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Mahalo.
Yes. So I will leave it up to you, Ronnie. What you don't know is I have a new impression segment. So I do impressions now on the show. So we can do that, or we can ask some questions. I will throw the dice and gamble and see what you ladies would prefer.
I have to see these impressions, obviously.
Yes.
So
yes.
So we have the wheel here.
It's a wheel?
Yeah.
He's got it up.
It's actually
an official wheel.
I know. Some people are like, big money, big money.
Big money.
Yeah. So I thought it was only suiting to do wrestling themes since we're having a women's wrestling panel.
Right.
Okay.
And so who I put on here is for wrestling themes, I have Victoria, Tara, Cody Rhodes, Naomi, The Rock, Mickey James, $1 Million Man, Rhea Ripley, Booker T, Trish Stratus, Dude Love, China, and the Mountie.
Wow, you got a lot of good ones there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good mix.
Let's see.
So you just spin it, and then whatever it lands on, that's what you do?
Yeah, it's whatever I do.
Okay, that's cool. Let's see.
I need these impressions for sure.
Yeah, so it's the theme song that I mostly do.
Yes.
But let me get out my stopwatch. Is there anyone that you want me to particularly land on?
I mean, you said $1 Million Man, and I was like, but
he said The Rock. I'd like to see that, or Victoria, my buddy.
Actually, yes. Funny story, really quick. I sang karaoke with Victoria when she came for a wrestling show here to Wilmington. Redneck, and it was amazing. She's
so much fun.
She's so awesome.
When we do shows, we try to have a fun night after a show, but we've done some really good ones together. She's just a hoot and
a blast. Yes,
she's so much fun.
So Victoria or The Rock?
Yeah, those are my picks. Yes. One guy, one girl. So, but any of them are good.
Yeah. Let's see what we get.
Who'd you get?
And it's the Rock.
Yes.
Good.
Perfect.
Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
All right. I even brought shades.
Props. We love. Yes.
Yep. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Now we would like to see. Could you like put on one of his tank tops and show us? But you're looking so good.
The frilly shirts, you know.
Anything, yeah. Well, you look really good. So
thank you.
I love
a lot of weight. I know. I could tell.
And it landed on Booker T.
Booker T.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Yep.
Rush, rush, rush. Go, go, go. Can you dig it, sucker?
How many do we get to see?
Well done.
Now, why do you disappear sometimes?
It's my background. Sometimes
okay.
It's
your back. Say, wow, that's kind of weird. It looked like your arms were.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
So sometimes people think I'm doing the Matrix or something.
Like you're disappearing into it, like.
Like I'm doing the weather.
I think you would be very good at the weather, Dan. I always wanted to actually be a meteorologist.
Like you'd be amazing weather girl, Roni.
For me.
We're losing your voice a little.
Mine?
No, Ronnie's.
Oh, okay.
Her sound. You said what? Would you say April?
Your sound went up. Your sound was off a little bit.
Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it was just kind of going in and out.
All right, so let's see the next one. Spin, 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 spin. It's the same. It keeps landing on the same people. All right, it landed on the Mountie.
No, this I definitely have to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the Mountie. I'm handsome. I'm brave. I'm strong. You can run, you can hide, but the Mountie always gets his man. on the Mountie. I'm handsome, I'm brave, I'm strong.
You know what you needed was the Mountie hat.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do one more?
Yes.
Sure.
Let's see. And it landed on Trish Stratus.
Oh, we're gonna get to hear you, huh?
There were some people who wanted this today, so you know. Okay, ready?
Yep.
I don't care what you say. It's time to roll. Roll. It's time to rock and roll. This time I'm on my own. I got the keys to the city. That's because I'm a... All right. So that was...
I'm very nice. Yeah, very nice.
What made you think of doing these?
I wanted a way to reinvent myself because, you know, and because I'm going back to doing some auditions for acting, and being a goofball, which Roni can attest to, is part of who I am. So I felt like this is only like a way to make sure that I give my persona and that, you know, you can really see that. And my favorite thing is laughter. So when I hear laughter, it's my favorite sound in the world.
Yes.
Oh, I love
and
that.
It's the best medicine.
Yes, for sure.
Yep. Yeah. So that was that. But I've also done horror characters. Did horror? 80s song. Yeah, horror. Yeah.
Oh.
Pennywise is the one that I get a lot. And then I've done
said something else, and I was like, I don't know what kind of show this is turning into, but I'm gonna work with it. But I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah, the horror movies, yeah. And yeah, I might have said another wordy. But
that's why I said horror.
Sex work is work, you know what I'm saying? But also, what kind of panel is this? Because it's not what you said.
Yeah.
But yes, your horror characters, Pennywise, and who else now?
Beetlejuice I get a lot.
Okay.
And I did 80s 2 weeks ago, 80s songs. So I was doing the Bangles 2 weeks ago. So you missed me. You missed me dancing and singing with my guests, whistling. Yes, yes, I did the whole thing. So I did that, and then next week's guest, she's a cosplayer, so I'll be doing cartoon characters. So
nice. Cool. Do DuckTales, Dan?
DuckTales?
Yeah, DuckTales. I don't know why I like ducks so much, but that
really?
Yes, but DuckTales and Darkwing Duck. You have to do those themes for sure. Oh, and Inspector Gadget.
Yep.
Inspector Gadget.
Let's get dangerous. Yep.
Him in his coat, and a hat and like a shirt vest. It's crazy. Like so many things are happening, and it's so impractical for crime fighting, but he made it work. And I love it.
Exactly. Yeah. You might like there's a group called the Little Mermen, and they do their Disney cover band, and they do Disney songs.
Yeah.
And I saw them perform, and they did Darkwing Duck.
I would absolutely love.
Yeah.
Disney karaoke,
that's got to be fun. I have a friend that does the Disney character the voices of all the different characters, Pooh Bear and Minnie, and it's fun. So karaoke, that would be really fun.
Right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Where have you done that for? In your area at home?
No, I'm saying I want. I don't know if it's a thing, but I would want to do that.
That would be. I could see that. That would be fun.
Yes, I recently did emo karaoke, which was an awakening for my teenage angsty soul.
Wow.
But yes, if there was like a Disney karaoke, it's like kind of a theme I've seen with like these different companies that are doing different ones. There's like an 80s, 90s one that's coming to Durham in a few months. So like, I like that they have the different themes, but I haven't seen Disney. I'm sure it's a theme somewhere, but that would be
someone's gotta have done that before, you would think, right?
Colors of the Wind.
That would be a lot of fun.
I mean,
yeah, all the beauty, all the what are they called? Look at me, I'm lost for words. Snow White and Belle, and Belle is my favorite. Beauty and the Beast. I love that, all the music from that, or Pocahontas or Mulan, all those.
Now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, Belle girl, is this Stockholm? But also, I'm glad that you got a mansion because you were going to be a librarian, and we know that wasn't going to buy you a mansion. So I feel for you, girl. But yes, that was my favorite until Tiana, Princess of the Frog, obviously.
Yes.
Also, because Jasmine was big. I'm not going to do what anyone tells me. I need to be my own person energy, and I am all for that.
Yeah.
That's for the best.
I should probably tell you, Roni, that I have met Belle before. I have met Paige O'Hara. There's video chat of me and Paige O'Hara, and I was dressed as Gaston when I
could see you as Gaston.
Did you have
That's my favorite.
I had my hair parted, and I had like yellow gloves, and like I had like the Gaston shirt, and I was like, I did the Gaston line. I go, Belle, I still see you're reading books and there's no pictures in them. How can you read this?
Gaston was best himbo that
and that same day I met Gaston dressed as Gaston. So we talked as Gaston talking to each other.
Oh, that was fun. And where was that? Where were you?
That was the virtual when COVID shut down.
Okay.
They had video chats you could buy from celebrities. So that's kind of like the birthplace of like before I did Dan-A-Plooza. I met like 100 celebrities online. And I was like, well, if I could do that, I can do this. But when I did that, I met Chip, the little
chipmunk.
No. He's the little cup, the little cup with Mrs. Potts.
Chip from Beauty and the Beast. Yes.
Yeah. And then I
thought you were saying like Chip and Dale.
No.
Not Chip from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
No, Chip from Beauty and the Beast. I met him, and then I met Belle, and then I met Gaston.
Cool.
So, I've also been letting people know if anyone has any questions for me on Dan-A-Plooza. I've been taking those as well. Some people have asked me stuff, so I will let it open if you guys want to ask me stuff, and then I'll ask you my questions. So.
Oh, I feel like that's like kind of unfair since I have known you for quite some time.
Okay.
So I will defer. Oh, wait, this way. I will defer to April.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a wrestling fan?
Oh my goodness. Since I was 7.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh.
I used to hang out with my friends in the cul-de-sac back when I lived in Illinois, and we used to play Sega Genesis, the Royal Rumble. And we used to watch Shotgun Saturday night. And so we used to do that and watch different wrestling games. And then I became more of a fan when I moved here to where I live now in West Virginia. And my friends used to have wrestling magazines around the table. I sat with all the art and band people. And so we would sit there and look at the magazines and be very musical, but also very much into the wrestling as well. So that's where it kind of took off. So it was like early 90s. And then when I got older, I still became more of a fan. But yeah, when I first started watching wrestling, it was Bret Hart and The Undertaker and Owen Hart. Those are the first ones I latched onto. Yeah.
And were you said music, so are you musically inclined? You came from a music background or theater?
No,
were you an entertainer?
Yeah, I was man, I've always been a ham. I think for a long time. If you go back to my elementary school days, I was hamming it up back then. And the first time I did a performance was I did a Kuna Matata when I was in 4th grade.
Mm.
And I did all the characters there. And that's when I knew that I was more of a character singer than just a singer. I knew I could play with voices. So after I got done with that, then I started doing shows at some point around the end of my high school thing. But, you know, our family always had karaoke, and we would always sing, you know, during the holidays and watch movies. So it was kind of always around and present. But yeah, so that's kind of...
Roni and I were talking about how funny our backgrounds have taken an important part in our wrestling careers, you know. So I'm always curious when we talk to people involved in the industry or fans, like what attracted you to wrestling, you know. So I'm always curious what got people involved.
It was very it had that theatrical element, so I feel like that's what always drew me in. Like when I saw the Undertaker, and like I was like, oh my god, this guy, he's been buried alive, but he came back out, you know. And blew my mind.
All the theatrics, right? All the stuff that we did in our early years. Yeah.
But so I have some questions for you. So I kind of want to know, who are the wrestlers of today's era that you really look up to today that are wrestling, and it can be in the main circuit or on the independent, but is there some people who you're really like, I want to work with that person, or I admire their work?
Well, I think most people that know me know that my two favorites are my I call him my boyfriend. My boyfriend is Drew McIntyre. Just don't tell his wife.
Yeah.
And then of course my favorite female wrestler is Bianca Belair, and I had the pleasure of meeting her last year or the year before. I can't remember.
Wow.
So yeah, so we were both and see, I get mixed up because I'm in the senior years. I can't remember if it was Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. So whichever year it was. And it was funny because we went to a meet and greet that she was doing. And it was so funny because there were tons of Glow fans. So it was like I was her pre-show, kind of like everybody that was waiting in line was waiting to take pictures with me or get an autograph. And then as soon as she came, of course, I went, you know, crazy. And so I was excited dancing, and she came in like dancing and doing her thing. And I was videotaping her, and she was videotaping me. And then we each got to get up, and they had this little ring, like just enough for two of us to stand up there, and they took pictures of everybody. So they took your picture, and it was sponsored by, and I feel so bad, Big Yellow Truck, and it was an energy drink. Anyway, they took our pictures with her, and she was so excited. She's saying, oh my God, she knew who I was. And I was like, you're kidding. And so the person I was with always carried my business card. So I gave her my business card, and we took a picture together, and she put me on her social media on Twitter. So I was on her Twitter page dancing, and I had her, obviously, her pictures and then the video of her dancing on my page. And so it was so funny because someone came and told me, did you know you're on Bianca Belair's Twitter page? And I'm like, you're kidding. And they're like, yeah. So that was like, I was over the moon. So it was like, I didn't care if I went to the show or anything, because I got to meet her, talk to her, and you know, we got to talk a little bit, you know, and I think I got a little bit more time than probably the regular fans, because we were just kind of chit-chatting, and it was great. It was amazing. And that's it. And then of course I have to always see Nikita Lyons. I'm waiting for her to move to the main roster, because right now she hasn't been on NXT, and everybody's wondering why. And so I'm looking forward to seeing her back and her doing some good stuff. And then of course all the indie girls, like all the WOW girls and all the UWW and the FWW girls, all women's promotions here locally in Cal. I represent, I like to support, just really, promote them. And then, of course, any of the other, groups. I went to Canada for the first time, and they brought me to Canada for two of the all women. One was an all women's, or was it all women? Yeah, one was all women's, and then one was a combo, guys and girls. And so I was the first Glow Girl to visit Canada. I was the what do you call it? Commissioner, the guest commissioner, and what have you. So I got to sanction a match that was not scheduled. So it was really nice. It was my first time. I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm out to look to promote whoever is out there doing a great job. So there's too many girls and even guys out here to name everybody. But that's my little shtick on who I like, and I think most people know those are my favorites.
All right, Roni.
So you're up, Roni.
I think I am admiring the work ethic of Promise Braxton right now. She's out of Booker T School from Reality of Wrestling out of Texas. I think she just did her second tour of Japan, and she's really putting in a lot of muscle. Bryant Keith, the bounty hunter, also another Texas individual working with AEW, really did a lot to get it out of the mud in terms of his career and coming up through the trenches of indie wrestling to make it. So definitely admiring them and what they've been doing as newer wrestlers in terms of like in comparison to my years. For the younger kids, there's a girl out of Indiana named Lovely Miss Larkin, who I'm interested in. She's pretty solid work-wise, excellent gimmick-wise. So I'm really interested to see what she's going to do in the future. And probably Okada, who has also just joined AEW, which was an interesting lateral move. So I'm interested to see how that's going to translate. But yeah, a little bit of all over the place. The landscape that we're in right now, like everybody who is finding their niche and finding a way to be a part of wrestling and finding a way to perform and do wrestling differently. Like I really admire that, especially because when I broke in, it was like wrestling is done this way. This is what you got. This is what you do. Right. So being able to have that flexibility to find and perform and be who you are in the craft, I think that's really important. And I applaud everybody who's finding ways to do that significantly. Shout out to Indy Young out in PA, who is reinventing wrestling up in that area. And shout out to all of the kids out in Cali, especially Shiki Baby and Hood Slam, who has been reinventing wrestling. But it's just really cool to see how finally wrestling is being accepted for the beautiful, brutal art form that it is.
Yeah, Canada, I had an opportunity to meet a young wrestler. Hopefully she does real well. Zandra Lee, and she's only, I want to say, I think she might be 18 now. But when she was in the show last year, I think she was just 17 because she had to have a sponsor come with her. Like she couldn't travel on her own, but she is from within Canada, but really good. I was just impressed with her. She was just so amazing. And I've been watching a lot of AEW and Impact TNA. Me and a bunch of my wrestling buddies here, we go to the theaters. If we don't get the pay-per-view like at home, our local theaters here have done it where we can be in the recliner chairs. We can have popcorn like you're at the regular movies, and you're watching it on the big screen with everybody that's there in the theater. They're all wrestling fans. So it's really cool. Unfortunately, this last time they said they were going to cancel it, and we've gone to probably 10 of those shows. So this last couple shows, I've been really impressed with Toni Storm, and she looks great. She looks fabulous. Like she wrestles, and then her hair, we just had a whole discussion of whoever does her makeup and hair and her gear is just phenomenal. Like she just looks amazing.
I'm sure she's the main artist, but shout out to Salem, who is the makeup artist, one of the makeup artists for AEW, or who has been. I don't know if she makeup that
for her or them, because she looks amazing. Like her hair doesn't, she wrestles and she's all over the place, and then her hair just falls back in place. And so my other friends were going, I want to know what kind of hairspray or what do they put in her hair. But so the girls in both, have been really good. I got to watch a lot of it. Like,
I don't have to do it, honestly, April, because by the time I'm done with a match, like this is done, this is a bird's nest. So like I don't know what they're doing that I'm not doing, but it's not.
I have to say, in my glow days, that was like about my favorite hair, because kind of the same. Like I have like virgin hair, like I don't do a lot to it. And in the wrestling days, it was shorter and it was kind of layered, but it was just a mess. And so I would wrestle, but then it would still just go. And like, as I watch myself now, I'm like, wow, I like my hair then, but I've only had it short once since, and I didn't like it, but my hair in there. So I don't know, because I know they got product in her hair because it looks fabulous. Absolutely wonderful. Just love it. And then the suits that she wears, they look great.
Oh, her glue is fantastic.
Yeah.
As we wrap it up here, is there anything you guys want to say on Dan-A-Plooza as we wrap it up?
Well, first of all, thank you, Dan. Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing life changes, and thank you as always for having me. Many flowers. This is me This is me making it rain flowers on you, not money, April. If I had it, I'd give it to you. But we can see your flowers. And so thank you for all you.
Thank you. And I love your beautiful nails. I'm jealous. I cut mine off, so they're kind of short and not so pretty, but I go kind of on and off depending on what I'm doing. But mine are usually long and they're usually pink and match my lipstick, but not for probably the last couple months. But so hopefully we'll get to meet up. Let's try and work on that, because that would be great. And I know my buddies and friends up there would like to see that. So that's something doable.
But Dan, I wanted to say to all of the up and coming wrestlers and to the veteran wrestlers, the art is changing, the sport is evolving. Find your place, enjoy what we do, because it is a privilege, not a right, and uplift each other. Just because it's a different style of wrestling than you're used to doesn't mean it's better or worse. We can celebrate each other, always support each other, because what we do is really special, and it really helps fans feel better about their lives. And that should be our focus always, is uplifting the fans and giving them an amazing experience for that 8 to 10. So
yes,
absolutely.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'd like to thank my guests, the Royal Hawaiian, April Home, and Roni Nicole. Thanks for being on Dan-A-Plooza. I'll be back March 22nd with my cosplay guest, Marcy Lay. Everyone,
have a nice break, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you.